Alright, hey y'all. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be making vegan étouffée. I've been drinking a mimosa, so this is a little blurry at first, but we're starting off with some vegan chipotle sausage, mushroom, onion, bell pepper, spring onions, and some celery. And a little seasoning mix that my family had whipped up for me. We're going to be making some veggie broth, so I'm doing 2 tablespoons of vegetable bouillon from Better Than Bouillon, yes, the Costco size, and I'm going to be doing 2 cups of that. So I'm just adding in some hot water, getting it to mesh and do its thing, mix, and that'll be the liquid for our vegan étouffée. Oh my goodness. And I'm sorry again that it was blurry. I'm doing this one-handed. I'm doing a lot of things at once, but I really wanted to get this recipe out to you guys, so bear with me. It'll clear up in a second. But we're adding in like 2 tablespoons of some vegetable oil and then some plant-based butter. Vegan butter. I don't know. You saw it. And so add that to the pan so that the butter doesn't brown up on us. And we're going to let that do its thing, and then we're going to add in our sausages. So with the sausage, I cut up 2 of the field roast chipotle sausages. I'm only going to end up using 1. Half of it's for another person's étouffée. So we got 3 étouffées going. We got mine, the vegan one. We got the normal one, which has andouille sausage, which I don't do. And then a third one, which they don't like pork, so they're getting half of my sausage. So, bear with me. And we're going to brown it up nice, like so. This recipe, when I was looking it up, you can do sausage, you could do just mushrooms, you can do, I think it was hearts of palm, something like that. You can really customize this however you want. But the one that looked most delicious to me was sausage and mushrooms. So that's what I'm doing. So we're going to take the sausage out of the pan, and then we're going to add in our mushrooms. I used about, I don't know how much that is, like a cup of mushrooms. They do, I feel like mushrooms are like spinach, and they kind of shrink down as they cook. So I'm trying to add enough that I'm satisfied with how much is in there. So I feel like that's about a cup. And as usual, all of the ingredients will be in the description box, so you won't have to rewatch this and think, oh my gosh, what are the measurements she said? I got you, babes. It's all in the description. Except the actual, rundown of the recipe. They'd be getting lazy. But, so, now we're adding in a little bit of our little spice mix. That's going to be in the description box as well. My aunt sent me what it was. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. She mixed that up for me. But, again, I'll put that in the description. Just for you. And I wanted to season up the mushrooms a little bit just so they can soak up some good stuff. And then I'm also going to be adding in, this is a Old Bay dupe seasoning. So I'm going to be adding in some of that. As you can see, it's really good for as we know, Old Bay is really good for seafood-based dishes, and étouffée is primarily, I think it's shrimp and something else, but I can't eat that, so we're still gonna seafood it up a little bit. Ooh, you could probably add some seaweed or nori in this, if you'd like. But anyways, this is not the healthiest recipe, so we're gonna be adding some more butter to this to get it nice and, I don't know, good. It's good regardless, but I feel like southern recipes use butter, so I'm using my butter, you feel me? Next, we're going to be adding in some onions. I believe that's like half a cup, I want to say, maybe a third of a cup of white onions. I don't think it needs to be white, but just add in some onions. Cut them up, dice them up, put them in the pan. And we're going to be using the same oils and butter mix from all of our other things. Oh, as you can see, we took out the mushrooms. We're going to be adding all that stuff back in later. We added in some more butter. Then we're going to be adding in our bell peppers, cut nice and diced, nice and small. But they're diced up like so. I think that was, again, like a third of a cup. This is very veggie heavy, which is fine. And then we're going to be adding in celery. And that was like a fourth of a cup-ish. You see it. It's something like that. So we're going to be cooking that up until the onions are a bit translucent. Everything's nice and incorporated and soft. And we're going to do it like that. And so next we're going to be adding in, I believe, the rest of our seasoning. Yes, the rest of our seasoning mix. Again, whatever that is will be in the description. There's a little kick to it. There was a little kick to it, so I believe there's some cayenne in there. But yeah, this is also my first time making étouffée. So if you're an expert on étouffée, don't drag me. Don't drag me. But whatever I made, even if it's not étouffée, by definition, it was bomb. So, with étouffée, you're typically supposed to make a roux. I didn't really feel like doing that, so I took a shortcut, and I'm just adding in my flour to my vegetables, browning it up a little bit, and then adding in my veggie broth. So that's what you see me doing here. I think I added in about 3 tablespoons, perhaps. Is that a tablespoon or a teaspoon? That's a tablespoon. So yeah, I believe I added in about 3 tablespoons. You saw it. And we're going to just brown that up a bit. And then we're going to be adding in our veggie broth. And at first, I didn't know if I wanted to add in all of it, but I ended up adding all of it. So as you can see, we're just adding in veggie broth here. Again, sorry for the angles. Sorry for just how it is. Again, I just wanted to get this recipe out because y'all deserve it, number 1, period. Number 2, I am doing this with one hand. I was not prepared. I did not have my camera with me. It's on my phone. But if there's a will, there's a way. So I added in all of that veggie bouillon broth. I think you can use actual vegetable broth if you want, but I find that the vegetable bouillon is more flavorful. And right now it looks a bit runny, a little watery, not as viscous as you will, or if you will, but it does thicken up over time, so don't be scared, just let it do its thing. I added in a little bit of Worcestershire sauce because there was a recipe. I looked through like 5 recipes on Google, and all of them had like slightly different variations of what to put in it. So I'm just adding in the variations. Next, I'm going to be adding in, I believe these are diced diced tomatoes. How much? I'd say like a 4th cup of that. Yeah, we're going to go with a 4th cup. And as you can see, there's 3 different pots and pans on the stove for 3 different types of vegan, or 3 different types of étouffée. And then I'm adding in soy sauce, another variation I saw online. I believe that's to like give it that umami flavor. And as you can see, it's thickening up real nice. We added in our mushrooms and our sausage at this point, and it's looking real thick. It's looking real good. Yes, ma'am. So we're going to let that simmer, let it do its thing, do a little taste test. That's me. Little taste test. Let's see how it goes. Yes, it's doing what it's needing to do. So then we're going to add in some more of the Old Bay dupe seasoning. We're just going to season this back up because it could use it. It could use it. Again, all of the things are going to be in the description box. I forgot to add garlic, so we're just adding our garlic now. Minced garlic there. I think that was like a tablespoon. We're going to be adding white pepper. What you know about white pepper? What you know about white pepper? Just kidding. It's not that special, but we're adding that in. We're going to be adding in some onion powder. like that. We're going to be adding in, I think that's thyme. Nope, it's oregano. We're going to be adding in oregano. And then, what else are we adding? We're adding in some garlic powder. Although I like to add fresh ingredients, I also like to add powdered ingredients because I feel like it's like depths of flavor. Oh, there's the thyme. And now we're going to be adding in some thyme. So yeah, depths of flavor. It hits your taste buds at different angles and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? It gets all up in there, it gets all nice and delicious. So we're gonna mix that in. Again, you see how it's thickening up on me. Love that. And it looks really good. Give it another taste test, and I needed some salt. So I'm gonna be adding in some sea salt. I don't know why sea salt, because that's just what we had on hand. So I'm gonna be adding in a little bit of sea salt. And it works. It works and it works, so that's what we're doing. Add that in, and I think that's really all it needed. At this point, we are done. This is what we're left with. The little mound of white in the middle is rice, and then I surrounded it with my étouffée and some spring onions on top, green onions on top. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you make this recipe and you enjoy it. We'll talk soon. Go check out my other vegan recipes, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!